what was happening is I was seeing from week to week to week in the show edits, especially when I would try to compare and mix and match things I needed. Liz is losing weight.
And I have to keep getting her new chef coat.
You're swimming in these chef coats.
Right. So Kathy's ordering more chef coats, which we had custom tailored for you. We had that woman down on the South Shore that used to...
Which said Ling because of the font.
Ling. That's where Ling comes from, right? Oh, Kathy and I talk about it, and I said, what do you think's happening? She goes, they're working it to the bone. Ask her what she does. So one day you came in, and I said, what was today like? And I think you said, well, I had to make 300... blueberry pies today. And I said, you and, a team of people. She said, no. I made 300 pies today. That was today's assignment. And I said, do you have a lot of help down there? And she goes, no. And, she would be the one taking these 50-pound bags of flour and, stacking them up and making the doughs and whatnot. And they literally were just working her to the bone. And at one point, some conversation happened between Mom and Liz where Kathy said, she came into me and she goes, we want Liz to come work here in Rustic Kitchen, put her in the kitchen, and then she'll do the shows. And I think, did you have Fridays off because you were doing the Friday shows with us? Did you work 5 of them? I forget exactly.
That I don't remember. I don't remember. I could have. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just had like 2 actual days off every week, which was a new concept to me.
Yeah.
Coming to work for Rustic Kitchen and being a part of the culinary program, not just the show, was like a godsend, because if I needed anything, I was comfortable with you guys. I could come to you and talk to you and just say, hey, I'm going on vacation, or I don't feel well, or I need help, blah, blah, blah.
And it was a huge benefit to us because now you were prepping for the shows. Mom used to prep the shows before.
Oh, that's right.
And so Liz was now there to prep the show. And more importantly, which was sort of the side added bonus, we had never had a walk-in cooler so organized.
You are the queen of organizing walk-in.
Yes, the queen of organizing
anything.
The whole kitchen.
Everything. I mean, in no time at all.
You give this girl a label maker and just walk away.
A label maker, and she had me order her these custom plastic clips that would snap on the front of the Metro racks. And then she made names for everything where it would go, because deliveries are coming all the time and not necessarily on days that she's there. And she wanted everything not only put in, but rotated. For the non-industry people, they need to understand that our walk-in cooler over there, at any given time had over $30,000 worth of product in it. It's your bank.
Which you understood, which most people in the kitchen didn't understand.
That was so important to Liz.
The money concept of this is inventory, this is product.
How much everything costs.
Yeah. One time when we had a power outage and we lost everything in our walk-in and we settled that particular insurance claim, it was $33,000 of just product in the walk-in, not including the freezer. So Liz takes control of this, cleans it up, comes up with a program, comes up with clipboards. Everything that goes in gets assigned. Everything that comes out gets signed for. So you can do inventory a little bit quicker. Everything gets reorganized. I mean, I would come in days and the door would be open and she'd be in there like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, she'd climbing up the shelves and cleaning the ceiling and rubbing the walls.
And she'd be mad because she had taught these people how to keep it organized, and she'd be off for 3 days and come in and there'd be hell to pay for those people. But it was great for us because we now finally had organization. And, the other thing about kitchens is chefs kind of fall into 2 categories. There are the creative chefs that can create and cook and really just work magic. And then there are kitchen manager type chefs that know how to run a business and how to keep their costs in line. Mm-hmm. But very rare is it that one person can do both. They're usually one or the other. So now Liz is there and she does both, and she knows how to wear the kitchen manager hat when she's in that mode, and then she knows how to do the creative side when she's in that mode. So all of these things we didn't know. These are all pleasant surprises.